Think different, live different. B180.
B180.
And we love to support local independent artists. So we are going to chat with a brand new artist from South Australia in Adelaide. Her name is Lilli. Lilli, we've never had you on the show before and you've just brought out a brand new EP. We'd love to get to know you a little bit more. So firstly, who is Lilli?
I am a South Australian born and raised person. I come from a wonderful family with 3 younger siblings. I did a mixture of homeschooling and regular school.
Awesome.
And I'm now studying a Bachelor of Music at Tabor's Institute of Music, which has been an incredible experience so far.
Wow. So have you always wanted to pursue music since you were young?
I always loved it, and I always knew that it always felt like the logical choice, but I was interested in a lot of things, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted to go to uni or not. And so I was sort of in that stage of working out after school, you know, what the rest of my life looks like. And quite frankly, it was God's timing that everything fell into place the way that it did. And now it's just like, I know that this is exactly what I'm meant to be doing right now.
Oh, it's so good when you hit that spot and you're like, yes, this feels right. This is what I'm meant to be doing.
Absolutely.
That's people spend their whole life trying to figure out what they're meant to be doing with their life.
Totally. And I mean, that's not to say that it doesn't change in the future. But definitely right now I've got that piece of going, yep, this is what I'm meant to turn my hand to.
Awesome. And when you're not doing music, what other hobbies and what else are you into?
I get to volunteer at the local Christian radio station in Adelaide, which I find very satisfying.
Oh, at Life FM?
Yeah, Life FM.
Amazing. I know the crew there. They're lovely.
Yeah, they're so good. So I get to do that. I love films, so I get to do a film podcast as well.
Cool.
In the spare time that confessedly there's not a lot of.
What's spare time?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I enjoy lots of things, anything from being outside, at the beach to hanging out with my family or my friends. Very normal, I suppose, really, in that regard.
Yeah, love it. Well, we're going to find out a little bit more about your music and we'll have a listen to your latest single coming up. Right now, though, let's get back into it. It's your Saturday simulcast with Mel right here at V180. We love to support independent music artists, and a brand new one who is just launched into the scene is the lovely Lilli from Adelaide in South Australia. She's just brought out her very first EP. Lilli, how would you describe your music?
Well, my music path, I think like most people, started, when I was young and just with a love for it. My parents introduced me to all their music that they listened to. And then sort of stepping into doing music intentionally, I guess came about with, instrumental lessons and then eventually deciding to study it at a tertiary institution level. And then in terms of getting from there to releasing an EP, that was God. And that was wild. That was sort of like one of those times where you look back and you're like, wait, did that just happen? Did I just do that? I met the right people at the right time who had a similar vision to myself. And, the collaboration that got us there is what made all the difference, really.
And I'd love to know how that actually happened. Like, what was your writing process like? Do you like to write with other people or do you write by yourself? What's your jam?
That's a great question. Typically I write by myself. I have, ideas, I write them down, I find the sounds, sometimes it's the other way around. In this particular instance, I had already created 3 of the songs that you hear on the EP. And I had my own demo versions for each of them at various degrees of quality. Aaron Duff is who I collaborated with on this project, and he listened to all of those and went, there's something here. Awesome. And I met him through Tabor. He and some others, we had an open day because we got a new music facility and we were doing tours, and I was doing some of the tours, and I had him and several others in this little group. And I really enjoy that kind of, interpersonal relationship stuff. And he was like, oh, this is a, confident young lady. And he's just launched/pioneered ACR, which is Australian Christian Records.
Awesome.
And so we connected. He found out I write music, and he was like, well, send me your stuff. Let's see what you've got. Mm-hmm. And so he saw these three tracks and went, there's something here. He basically put his own spin on it. But so the original lyrics and the original sound is mine, but then what you hear is like, I would never have been able to do that by myself.
Well, you've done an amazing job, and huge congratulations. We're going to have a listen to your latest single, Nostalgia, coming up at V180. Right now, though, family band Von Ray, Better Than Okay. Living different right here at V180. Mel keeping you company and joined by local independent artist from Adelaide, Lilli. You've just brought out your latest EP and your latest single, Nostalgia. We're loving it. It's got that real 80s vibes. Can you tell us a little bit about Nostalgia and how it all came together?
I'm so glad you asked about Nostalgia, because I mentioned that 3 of the tracks I'd already written. Nostalgia is the 4th one that came about particularly only because Aaron and I were working together. So Nostalgia is my ode to the 80s. I was not alive in the 80s, but I love the music. And I had this weird sort of like fascination with it, really. It's a very distinctive sort of period in time, especially in film. And so this demo that Aaron sent me, he was like, have a listen to it, see what you think. And I listened and I was like, yeah, there's something there. And so then it was this matter of like, what is this song about? What does this sound like? And these lyrics came to me, the lyrics that you hear on Nostalgia, and then, you just put them to a melody and find where it fits in the song, and bitty bam, bitty boom, we had what ended up becoming one of, the front runner track really for the EP. Second to Secret. And the lyrics are all about, they're sort of like a double metaphor, really. All about like a young girl who misses the 80s despite having never been there. And that's really a reflection of how I think and feel about heaven. Yeah. And, having this desire for it, excited to see it and feel like I miss it. I have these grand ideas about what it will be like, but I've never been there. So how can you miss something you've never had? That's sort of the idea.
Awesome. I love that concept. Very cool. And talking about 80s, do you have like what's your favourite 80s music or 80s films?
Oh man, I really can't nail it down. But I listen to snippets of Toto.
I love Toto.
Fallen Oak. Yeah. Oh, dude, so good.
So good.
Blue Suede. Like, there's just all the options, but all of those really classic songs where you're like, that's cool. Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
I'm there for it.
So good.
Oh,
It's funny now too, because I'm starting to hear a lot more new songs coming out where they've used all these 80s samples and then they've just kind of remixed it.
Having a bit of a resurgence.
Yeah, it is. Hey, it's so good.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we're loving it. Let's have a listen right now. Lilli, it's Nostalgia right here at V180.
It's about that feeling of a place that's not too far.
Today, we're going to continue our chat with Lilli. She's an independent artist from Adelaide, and she's doing such an amazing job. Has just brought out her very first EP and a few new singles, including her track Secrets. Lilli, it's so great to have you on the show. Tell us a little bit about your track Secrets.
Yes. Yeah, so Secret was the one that Aaron and I first went, oh yeah, this is cool. There's heaps of potential here. Secret is, that one lyrically is really near and dear to my heart. That one I wrote, and the original sound is more like a pop ballad. It's very different. Mm-hmm. But this one, for me, is kind of my heart's cry, really. It is all about wishing I had the words to tell those around me basically how loved they are. And that's the thing that I love about Secret is that, excuse me, it's really not a secret at all. The idea that I want to convey, but it was born of all my observations of my peers and my friends around me who struggled, in life. And because we all do, we all struggle. And that's not to say that, you can have a life without struggle, but you can have a life where you can be above that sort of struggle. You can have hope in that struggle. So Secret was me just processing how I see the hurt of those around me and the way their own choices are hurting them. I wish that I could just tell you that there's a better way. And so that's that sort of main line is, can I tell you a secret? And I guess, the flip side is it's also a reflection of my fear, really, I think, of being honest with these friends. Or uncertainty on how to communicate that.
Let's have a listen to it right now. Secrets from Lilli at B180.
You go from silent to screaming white, swapping your memories for...
I know we are. We're chatting with Lilli all the way from Adelaide in South Australia, an independent artist. Just been working on a brand new EP. It's finally out. Lilli, how are you feeling now? You've put so much hard work and effort into creating your very first EP. How are you feeling now that it's all out?
Yeah. Oh, man. Do you know what? To be completely honest with you, it's a mixture of emotions. I feel, it feels crazy. Like, it feels ridiculous. Little Lilli would be like, what do you mean we have music released? There's also a part of me that's deeply relieved because it's been such a slog and
it's a lot of work.
And you just don't know how it's all going to go really, and so absolutely, and so it feels a little bit like I can breathe again, but I need to not think that too much because there's more exciting things on the horizon. So the work is not done yet.
Have a little rest in between. That was my next question. Are you working on any new music?
I'm not sure how much I can say, but I will tell you that there will be some more exciting things coming, I think, this year in regards to the EP, actually. There's going to be some fun bonus tracks coming.
Oh, very exciting.
Yeah.
If we're listening right now and we're loving your stuff, how can we follow your journey?
Look, classic social media stuff. I'm on Instagram and Facebook under the handle for Instagram, Lilli_forward_music. And then Facebook, you can find me under Lilli, just the capitals Lilli, which is the artist title for that one. You'll get all the updates there. You can also jump on and check out ACR, Australian Christian Records, under Oz Christian Records. They've got, all their updates from all their other artists as well. So definitely, if you like the sound of the EP, if you like the style, 100% make sure you get on board with what they're doing because they are bringing a very fresh feel to Australia's Christian pop scene. And, all the music is available on all your favourite listening, streaming and download platforms.
Beautiful. Lilli, thank you so much for your time and thanks for joining us on B180.
Thanks so much for having me, Mel. It's been great to chat.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.